which of the following is most likely correct in relation to obtaining sufficient appropriate evidence regarding existence and condition of inventory? Which of the following is correct? They're asking. First one, it is mandatory for the auditor to attend physical inventory counting on the date of financial statements in all circumstances. Is it correct?
No.
I told yesterday, auditor should try to attend 31st March. What auditor has to do after attending? Evaluate how management is counting, observe it, and inspect inventory, test count it. Remember? Suppose
Yes,
if
sir.
auditor is not possible to attend on 31st March, then plan for another day and identify differences between them. Suppose if that is also not possible, auditor can go on his own for surprise check similarly and then do test counting.
Surprise.
If impracticable, give
Yes,
modified
sir.
opinion. Alternative procedure not possible, modified opinion. Third party inventory, what to do? Yes or no? This is the order, no? So is it mandatory to attend inventory counting on balance sheet date?
No.
No. So this statement is not correct. They are asking correct statement. This is not correct statement. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Next. Physical inventory counting may be attended by auditor on the date of financial statement or at a date other than date of financial statement in his discretion, mandatorily in all circumstances. What they are saying is either attend on 31st March or attend on some other day, but it is mandatory in all circumstances.
No.
No. Correct? No. That is also not
No.
correct.
Yes, sir.
MCQs, it is OMR sheet. Where you will write reason OMR sheet. True or false, you have to write reason. Yeah, next, see. The attendance of auditors at physical inventory counting is impracticable due to time and cost involved because of auditor's office location and company plant location. There is so much of distance. Hence, attendance at physical inventory counting may be skipped and alternative procedures may be performed to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence. They are straight away saying physical verification inventory may be skipped. See, this point, if you read, no, Likita, you may understand. Partly we will convince for this point. So, partly we can convince.
Yes, sir.
Let us see D point also. The auditor shall attend physical inventory counting unless impracticable. However, issue of time and cost involved because of auditor's office location versus company location is not a valid basis for skipping the inventory counting. Just because your office and client office is too long, that is not a valid basis for skipping physical inventory counting. This statement is more convincing, no?
Yes, sir.
This statement is saying auditor can skip because of the location difference. Suppose if the inventory counting location is very far away, you can skip it. Go for alternative. When we will go for alternative?
When it is not possible to attend.
Exactly. When it is impracticable, we will go for alternative. Otherwise, we don't go. Otherwise, you cannot say time is not there, cost client fees is not sufficient. Because of that reason, I'm not attending inventory. You can't say that.
Yes, sir.
Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
That's it. So, first one, we got option D. Just somewhere you note down, Likita.
Okay, sir.
Okay, somewhere 1D. Second one. We will check after entire case study 1. Okay. Second one.
Okay, sir.
Below are given certain cluster of matters. Below are second MCQ I'm studying. This is for 2 marks. Okay. Below are given certain cluster of matters which are relevant in planning attendance of auditor at physical inventory counting. Which of the following following clusters consist of a likely inappropriate combination? They're asking you, see, you will attend for inventory counting. No, you will attend, no? What you will do at inventory counting? What are the things that you will observe at inventory counting? Tell me what you will observe at inventory counting. I will observe nature of inventory. I will observe timing of physical inventory counting when they are counting. I will observe stages of completion of work in progress. Correct, no? Next, we will see. Which of the following consists of likely inappropriate combination they are asking? What they are asking is nothing but what is wrong.
What is wrong?
Yes. They are not asking what is right. This is right, no? Nature of inventory, physical counting, stage of completion. These under I'll ask generally whenever I go.
Yes, sir.
Option B, nature of inventory, that I'll check. Timing of inventory, I'll check. Valuation. Why will I check valuation in SA 501?
No.
SA 501 is about physical attribute. No, I told you yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Somewhere I am convincing with B. Let us see C option also. We may have a most even worst answer also. Nature of inventory I will consider. Timing of inventory I will consider. Maintenance of perpetual inventory system. Are they maintaining or not also I will consider. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Risk of MMS related to inventory. I will consider risk. Is there any MMS possibility? Risk is there. Risk possibility is there. Nature of internal control I will consider. Maintenance
Yes,
of perpetual system is there or not I will consider. You see ABC, everything they are speaking about only physical attributes. Existence condition, but B point is talking about
B point.
valuation, which I don't consider.
Yes, sir.
Valuation is a separate segment. When I'm going for physical inventory counting, why should I ask about valuation? Valuation I'll check later. First,
Yes,
I want to know physically how much is there. Then we will start valuation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
When I'm attending physical inventory counting, which process I will see? Only physical things I'll check. Obviously, which is inappropriate combination, nature of inventory, timing
B.
of inventory, valuation I don't check. That is inappropriate combination. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
First one Delhi, second one Bombay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, which of the following is the most logical sequence of steps in relation to attendance at physical inventory counting by the auditor? Oh my God. Which of the following is the most likely logical sequence of steps in relation to attendance of physical inventory counting by auditor? You attended for physical inventory counting. They have given 4 options. In each option, they have given a process. Is the process correct process or not? You have to tell. You have to figure out correct process.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, what will I do after attending physical inventory counting? First I will go. Who is counting by the way? Am I counting or management?
Management.
Management. First what will I do? I will evaluate how are they counting. First I will know, sir, what is your count procedure? First I'll ask them. First I will evaluate them. So
Yes, sir.
then I'll observe how are they counting. Then I will go inspect the inventory ones. Inspect the inventories, I'll check what is there. Then I will do test.
Yes, sir.
Then I'll do test count.
Test counts. Yes.
Don't worry, that was there in our material also. I have given that point in material also. Is it visible, our material?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Attendance at physical inventory counting performed by management too fast. First what? Evaluate management process. Evaluation includes observation. First you will evaluate how are they counting. Then you will observe. Then what will you do? Inspect. Then
Inspect
what will
the
you do?
inventory.
Perform test count. This is the sequence.
Perform test counts.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Can I ulta
Yes.
the sequence? First I'll do test count, then inspect inventory, then how we'll see what management is. No, not that.
No.
You are going there just to check first management related thing. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Can we see which one? Observance of performance. First you don't observe. First you have to evaluate.
No.
Observe. No, that is also not
No.
wrong. Performance of test codes. That is
No.
also wrong. Evaluation of management procedure. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Inspect the inventory. Third step. Perform the test count. Correct.
Perform a test count.
So which
Yes,
option?
sir. Option D.
Sequence. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Have you expected this kind of MCQ?
No, sir.
All the 3 MCQs were not expected, no?
No, sir.
That's why we must have absolute clarity. That is the reason why I always insist on where true or false will be asked, where MCQ can be asked. I told you know, whenever throughout our discussion, I was highlighting where true or false can be asked and all.
Yes, sir.
Next, during attendance at physical inventory counting, 4th question, okay? The auditor inspects inventory. Okay, fine. Following outcomes is stated as 1, 2, 3. 3 outcomes you may get after inspecting. What outcomes you'll get? You may get, yeah, inventory whether existing or not, you'll understand. Whether ownership is with the management or not, you'll understand. Whether condition of the inventory good or bad, you'll understand. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Which of the following statements is most likely true? Now tell me, as per SI 501, we only look at existence condition. No? Do we look at ownership?
No.
Ownership I need for valuation. Generally speaking, ownership,
Yes,
why
sir.
should I look at? For valuation purpose, I need to look at. Otherwise, in Gordon, if I go, I will only look at existence and condition. Only outcome 1 and outcome 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the outcome of the inspection? See, once you go for inspection, no, you will inspect inventory. Inspection means what? You are checking physical inventory. Once you check physical inventory, what you will get? What is the outcome that you will get? You will only get, yeah, inventory existing or not. Yeah. Is it in good condition or not? Yeah. Who is the owner? Do you know that?
No.
Based on go down, do you know the ownership related details? No.
No.
So what are the options? Outcome 1, 2, 3 are all necessarily established after inspection. False.
False.
Only outcome 1 and 3 are established after inspection, and outcome 2 is never established. Correct? No?
Yes, sir.
We will check. We will check. See, this is only my assumption. Okay. Outcome 1 and 3 are established after inspection. However, outcome 2 may not be necessarily established. This is even more correct.
Yes, sir.
This is even more correct. Outcome 2 and 3 are established after inspection. 2 and 3, that's not a correct
No.
answer. Existence condition, we will definitely check. These two we will for sure check.
Yes, sir.
However, outcome 2 may not be necessarily established.
Option C is more relevant. Yes, sir.
Outcome 2 is never established. I think it is too rude.
Yes, sir.
B and C are actually closely connected. B is saying, I
C is
will
more
not look
relevant.
at ownership. C is saying, I may not look at ownership. If even as per the standard, I may not look at ownership as per the standard. But
Yes,
is
sir.
standard saying you should not look at ownership? No, right?
Yes.
I feel B statement is wrong, C statement is correct. Maybe answer may be B also. I don't know.
C is more relevant.
I feel C is more relevant. Fourth question.
Yes.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
See, I'm telling you, while solving MCQ, whether it is you or me, everyone is same. Everyone are same. Sometimes no, the person who drafted this question may keep B as an MCQ answer because judgmental no.
Yes, sir.
Sentences are judgmental. He may interpret never relevant. No, I only look at existence and condition as per SF 501. Why should I look about ownership? He may argue that and then put B answer. I may be sensible in argument. I may say, I don't say that it is never. I may say it may not. Are you clear? Depends
Yes.
upon the person who designed this question also. B and C both are closely related. But I feel I go for sensible approach. I go for reasonable interpretation. Option C. Option B is
Okay,
too
sir.
literal, no?
Yes, sir.
That's it. But I'm telling you, just because I choose option C doesn't mean option B is wrong. I feel option C is more reasonable. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
This question is too tricky. Next.
Yes, sir.
Others are also, have you understood all of you? Please tell, let me know, please fast. Yeah, fine, Mahesh. At least even if one reply we got, that's enough. Yeah, good. Next, fifth one. It was observed by auditor that out of total rice physically counted, some rice bags are there, you counted physically on 31st March, about 67 quintals. Belong to some Messrs PQR. Belong to Messrs PQR means probably somebody.
Yes, sir.
Which is a proprietary concern which had sent paddy. No, by the way, first no, here since company name is used, I need to now look at the case. Is this PQR our company name or other party? Can we check? Because now they are talking about some fact. So I need to now read the case law. Now tell me, Likita, 4 questions we solved without looking at the facts of the case. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why in any of the 4 questions, is there any indication about question, fact, case study? Nothing.
No.
Unnecessarily we do too much for case studies. Case study and all, even if you don't read, you'll write. Fine. Messrs JJ Associates having office in Chennai or statutory. So we are statutory. So we are JJ Associates. Okay. Under Companies Act of a company, Sweet Aroma. Okay, fine. The company is Sweet Aroma, not PQR. Okay. So PQR
Yes,
is
sir.
a third party. PQR is some third party. That is the only clarification that we want. It is observed that auditors know while counting physical inventory, they have counted out of the total physically rice counted, 67 quintals belong to PQR. See, there is so much of rice bags, but out of it, 67 quintals are belonging to PQR, which is
PQR.
a proprietary concern, which had sent paddy to this company plant for extraction of rice. Now tell me, our company is some Sweet Aroma Limited. 67 quintals are
Yes,
belonging to whom? PQR. Is that our inventory?
No. Third party.
No. It's not again our inventory kept with third party. Third party inventory is kept with us. Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Third party inventory kept with us. Understand? Now tell me, will I include this as part of my inventory records?
No.
No. Correct? No. What would be the treatment of this item in financials? Oh my God, they're asking accounting now, which is not covered in SA 501. Accounting treatment they're asking. Now let us see. The value of 67 quintals of rice would be reflected in financial statements as per valuation adopted. Will it be reflected? See, in my balance sheet, when inventory will be reflected only if I am the owner. Is this belonging to me?
No.
So option A is wrong.
Yes, sir.
The value of 67 quintals would be reflected in the financials. That is also wrong. Would be reflected. Why it will be reflected? It is not mine. No.
Yes, sir.
Option C, the value of 67 quintal would not be reflected. I think correct. Let us see option D also. Rice would
Yes.
be reflected in appropriate in proprietary concern financials as per mother of valuation adopted by the company. PQR Limited is there, no? Proprietary concern.
Yes, sir.
In our company financials, it would not be reflected. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
The value of 67 quintals rice would be reflected in proprietary concern financial statements as per mother of valuation adopted. Oh my God, C and D both are correct here. See what C point is saying. It is belonging to PQR Limited. It will not be reflected in my books. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
PQR Limited, it is their inventory only, no?
Yes, sir.
Their inventory is in our godown. Just because it is in our godown, are we becoming owners?
No.
They are only owners. When they are owners, they can show in their balance sheet stock with third party. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
So D option is also correct. C option is also correct. This stupid fellow gave two options, which is correct. I will choose option C. Because no, they are asking what would be the treatment of this item in financial statement of the company.
Oh, okay, sir.
Understood. C and D
Yes.
both are correct treatment wise, but they are asking about our company treatment. No, not their company treatment. No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Since they are asking about our company treatment, D option is not relevant because D option is speaking about PQR Limited. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So C option is correct. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen how we filtered the options?
Yes, sir.
In such a way, you have to, all of you have to be, everyone understood this option or not. C and D both are correct. But why I have chosen C option? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Arvind have highlighted already. Very good, Arvind. Very good. Hamma, then second case study. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
And these are all, this entire case study. I generally don't read case study at all. So first, straight away, we'll enter into matter. What is there here? Oh my God. 5 points are there, ma. 5 statements are there. Okay, let us see 5 statements. What are there? See, Likita, if possible, we will cover today RTP. At least MCQs, at least we will cover.
Okay, sir.
Remaining questions, at least we will see whether it is there in our book or not. Okay. Bank audit,
Okay, sir.
after break, I will discuss. Next. Power
Okay, sir.
fuel expenses paid for the month of April may have been included and shown as power and fuel expenses for the period beginning April 1, 2018 to 31st March 2019. Is it correct? Power and fuel expenses April 2019, May 2019. But they were shown as expenses in 18-19. Correct? Wrong, no?
No.
What is the correct treatment? You paid in current year only. You have to show it as what? Prepaid.
Prepaid expenses.
You have to show
Yes.
it as prepaid. You can't debit to power and fuel expenses of current year. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That's it. You paid in advance. Exactly. Prepaid. Next, okay. That first one, prepaid expense. Correct or not? Second one.
Yes, sir.
Personal rent expenses of the son of one of the director. One of the director, his son is there, Mr. T. Okay, director is Mr. T. His son is there. His son personal expenses of UV Private Limited, whatever it is, have been shown as rent expenses of the business. Oh my God. Director's son personal expenditure is there, no? That is added to rent account.
No.
Let us skip. That is wrong, no? What we
Yes.
need to do, let us see the questions. Based on the questions, we will understand. They are only giving information. Okay. Okay. Second information, everybody understood? Second point.
Yes, sir.
Next, third one. Repairs and maintenance expenses for the month of February 2019 and March 2019 were still outstanding and were not shown in the balance sheet. Wrong, no?
We need to show. Yes.
Exactly. We need to show. Yeah, provision to be created. Sujit said. Yeah, very good, Sujit. Next. Repair and maintenance expenses for the financial year 1st April 2018 to March 2019 were very high as compared to 17-18. Okay. The auditor asked Mr. H, So the auditor, Mr. H, asked the appropriate authority about reasons for such huge difference in the 2 years. 18-19 repairs and maintenance are very high. 17-18 repairs and maintenance are very low. Why there is a difference? Auditor is asking. Okay, fine. What is the question? We don't know. He just asked. They are only giving information. Yes or no? Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fifth point which they are giving. While verifying insurance expenses, insurance policies were not shown to the auditor, Mr. H. Okay, you are verifying insurance expense, but they were not shown to you. Fine. What are the questions? Answer the following. This is what they're asking. This is the question. Okay. As per
Okay.
point number 1, mentioned in the case above, power and fuel expenses paid for the month April 2019, May 2019 must be shown under assets side of the balance sheet of UB Private Limited as on March 31st, 2019. As how you have to show outstanding power and fuel payable or prepaid.
Prepaid.
Exactly. Option B, which is this is case study 2, Amma. Case study 2, first question, option B. Are you noting down?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second question. As per point number 2 mentioned above, I think we unnecessarily read because here entire question is again repeated.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The personal rent expenses of son of one of the director T were added to rent expenses of the business of UB Private Limited. That is what they gave, no? They added, which is wrong, correct, no?
Yes, sir.
The amount of personal rent expenses of the son of the director must be subtracted from the rent expenses of the business. Hey, correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Because it was added to rent expenses. What you have to do now? Subtract, no? That is correct treatment.
We
no
need to.
rectification.
Yes, sir.
Or remain added to. They're saying remain added. Let it be added, no problem. Is that correct?
No.
Again added. Is it correct?
No.
Subtracted twice, they're saying. Is it correct?
No.
You added 10,000. Just to reduce the 10,000 from rent expenses, subtract it from rent expenses because it's already added. So reduce it. So option A. Case study
Yes, sir.
question number 2, option A. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Question number 3. As per point number 3 mentioned above, the repair and maintenance expenses outstanding for the month of February and March must be shown under the liability side of the balance sheet. How you have to show, ma? Outstanding, no? Or payable.
Yes.
You have to either show it as payable or outstanding.
Outstanding. Yes, sir.
Prepaid, wrong. Repairs and maintenance, payable, prepaid,
No.
nothing is used. So therefore also that is also wrong. Option C. Repairs and maintenance paid in advance. No, you have not paid at all.
No.
Repairs and maintenance payable. Option D.
Payable. Yes, sir.
That's it. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Next. As per point number 4, in the case of above, the auditor Mr. H, he asked appropriate authority. What he is asking? Reasons for huge difference in the repairs and maintenance expenses of 18-19 and 17-18. By appropriate authority, Mr. H was referring to means who is appropriate authority? Is it all employees of the company, or is it management of the company? Is it members of the company, or any one director of the company?
Management.
Management is more accurate, no? Whenever
Yes,
we have
sir.
a query, to whom we need to ask? Management.
Management.
Or those charged with governance.
Yes,
Generally
sir.
management, because that option is not given, so management. Do I ask member? Why member will be there? Do I ask all the employees? Do I ask
No.
any director? No, I'll ask
No.
management is concerned person. Correct? No.
Yes, sir.
Logically speaking, D is also correct one. D is also correct only. Any one director you can ask, you can go and ask, nothing wrong. But management is more accurate one because most of the times, whenever auditor has query, we say in every standard, ask management, yes or no, inquire management.
Yes, sir.
That's the reason
Yes,
I have
sir.
chosen option B. Option B I have chosen doesn't mean option D is wrong. Whereas option C, no doubt wrong.
Yes, sir.
Fifth question. As per point number 5 mentioned in the above, in verifying insurance expenses, the insurance policies would provide the auditor. What insurance policy will you see? Insurance policy they did not give me. Okay, fine. Because of insurance policy, what will happen? Is it an invalid supporting evidence? Or insurance policy, if it is there, no, it's a valid support, no? It's a supporting evidence, no?
Yes, sir.
It's a valid supporting option D. It is not lack of support, it's not no support, it's not invalid support, it's a valid support. You know, insurance expenses really paid or not, I will only understand only if I look at the insurance policy.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Case study.
Yes, sir.
Fifth question, option D.
Yes, sir.
The reasons. Shall we see the reasons?
Yes, sir.
You know, should I tell you honestly one fact? I'm doing for the first time because no. If I already seen that RTP once, my mind process, my mind think in in a like biased manner. What is my mind? My mind only thinks for correct answer point of view. If I read for the first time along with you all, I will think in the correct way. Like how you will think, the same way I will also think. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So integrated case studies, case scenario 1. First option, what we got? D only, no?
D only, sir.
Second option, B. Third
B.
one, D. Delhi. Fourth, C.
C.
Fifth, C.
C.
Somewhere at the
Yes, sir.
fourth one, we were confused.
Yes, sir.
But we understood why there is a confusion.
Yes, sir.
First one, case study to B. A.
B.
Bombay, Delhi. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then fine. This will be asked for each case study, will be asked for 5 marks. MCQs not based on case scenario. Oh my God. Okay, Messrs KYC company is a reputed audit firm in Mumbai. Okay. They are appointed as statutory auditor of Blessed Limited. Okay. Which of the following is the responsibility of KYC company? Preparation of financials, designing, implementation of these two are management duties, no?
Yes, sir.
Compliance with applicable laws and regulations also management duty, no?
Management duty.
What is auditor
Yes,
duty? Reporting on true and fair of the financials.
True and fair. Yes.
It is not based on case scenarios. First question, option C. Note down, no?
Yes, sir.
Mr. A, auditor. Mr. B, finance manager of XYZ or friends. Okay. Mr. A prepares audit report according to the directions of Mr. B. In this situation, which essential quality has been compromised? Professional skepticism or independence or professional competence, due care. Which one is missing? Independence. What is independence definition? You remember, Likita? Independence means taking decisions that are not subordinate to the decisions, wishes, and directions of management. Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Here, auditor is taking decision as per wishes and directions of management. So, independence is compromised. So, second option.
Yes.
Mr. Salman is an engagement partner of Khan & Co. for an audit of Lava Limited. He died out because of a heart stroke on 30th September 2019 after completing the entire audit work. He did entire audit work and he died. But he has not signed. Okay, Mr. Shoaib, one of the partners of Khan & Co. will be signing the accounts of the Lava Limited. What is the course of action to be taken by Mr. Shoaib? Now tell me, like my partner did audit, everything is over. He understood it is true and fair. He prepared audit report also. Only signing is pending. Okay, he has not signed. I'm also partner. I signed directly and then gave the client. Can I sign like this or should I review the work once?
We need to review.
Exactly. Obviously, whenever there is a change in partner, you have to review. Sign the accounts of Lava without reviewing, false. Sign the balance sheet after reviewing the work of his partner, true. Withdraw the audit as a person who performed the audit is no more. See, if at all you feel review time is not there, you may withdraw.
Yes, sir.
Option C is also actually valid only, but that is a final course of action. Issue and adversary, that's wrong. First of all.
No.
So option B. Third question
B.
also option B.
Yes.
Auditor compares gross profit ratio with that of previous year and it is discovered that there has been a fall in the ratio. Some GP ratio is looking. He is doing ratio analysis. No? This is an example of analytical procedure, test of control, walkthrough test, sampling. Which one?
Option A.
Exactly, analytical. I told you, you have seen introduction video, ratio analysis, all that I've told you.
Yes. Yes.
Fourth one option here. I don't know how others are getting. Others are also able to guess the answers. What, Rupesh, Mahesh, Sujit? Yeah, good. See, if you read in a proper way, clearly you will understand it. Most of the students, they do wrong mistakes in MCQ because they don't read it properly. Fine, next. While conducting the audit of Saraswati Limited, a packaged water making company, it was found that a purchase of motor car was made in the name of the company. So the company purchased the car. Your article assistant has performed the following audit procedure. Identify which of the following is incorrect. He did 4 things, out of which 3 are correct. 1 is incorrect.
Okay, sir.
Now what he did, first one, ascertain whether purchase of the car has been authenticated. Whether purchase received with proper permission or not, he checked. That is correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Take invoice of the car dealer to confirm purchase price. That is also correct, no? For calculating depreciation invoice.
Yes, sir.
Examine registration with transport authorities to verify ownership. That is also correct, no? RC book I need to check.
Yes, sir.
Ensure that motor car has been given under closing inventory of goods. Is motor car goods inventory? Yeah. It's a fixed asset. So D is
yes. Option D. Yes, sir.
Leo.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. C, B, Bombay, A, D. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then fine. Easy. Okay. True or false also we will do, and then we will close. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Even I am also shivering. State with reason in short whether the following statements are true or false. See here, no, the mark is not for the true or false. The mark is for the reason.
Reason.
Your reason should also be correct. Only then you'll get full marks. Okay. Overall audit plan sets the scope, timing, direction of the audit and guides the development of more detailed strategy. Even if you don't understand in between sentence, no, you can understand. Plan helps in development of strategy. Is it correct? First, which one will be there?
First strategy, then
Exactly.
plan.
Overall strategy sets the scope, time, direction of audit and guides the development of more detailed audit plan. Yes or no? Just
Yes, sir.
plan is instead of plan here, instead of strategy here, plan should be there. Here, instead of plan, strategy should be there. That's it. The sentence becomes true. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
So many are calling continuously. Now, the Constitution of India has no specific provision regarding appointment, salary, and duties of CNDG. That's false, ma. The Constitution of India says CNDG shall be appointed by President of India. He can only be removed by President of India. What are they saying? Moreover, the Constitution does not guarantee the independence of CNDG. How? CNDG can be removed only by President. Nobody else can remove. Indirectly, CNDG is having high production. No. So he will act independently. So the statement is false. Note down, note down. First option false, second option false.
Yes, sir, I'm writing.
When we are designing audit procedures, to address an inherent risk or what can go wrong assessment, we consider nature of the risk of material misstatement. I feel the sentence is not completely made. Sometimes, no, these people, whoever is giving MCQ, these true or false sentences, no, they just break one half sentence and then give. See, what are you, Likita? Yes or no?
Yes.
Like, if it is a condition, no, if you give me only half condition, no, I can tell whether the condition is true or false. Suppose there are two sentences which are normal, not conditions also. If I break half sentence, that half is true only, no?
Yes, sir.
I cannot say it is incomplete. This is such kind of question. Okay, so I will stick to true. See, when we are designing audit procedure, no, to address inherent risk, what can go wrong? When I'm doing risk assessment procedure, no, I definitely consider what is the nature of risk of MMS.
Yes, sir.
What can go wrong? Inherent risk, nature of MMS. Not only that, I will also consider level of effectiveness of internal control, integrity of the management, in order to determine whether it is a financial statement level risk or assertion level risk. That is the answer. This point you will understand only if you do risk assessment chapter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, third one, I am fixing true. If an entity has a known number of employees, actually third question is a wrong question. According to me, that's a wrong question. This question should not be asked. Suppose, see, this statement is first of all not regarding true or false also.
Yes, sir.
This is not even regarding true or false. See, this is a judgmental statement, first of all. In fact, if someone asks me, this statement is true, there is nothing wrong in this statement. So I can say true. But if I write the same statement again, will I get the mark? No, I need to increase the matter.
Yes.
Fine, we will see what they have given. So let us see the answer right now. So correct only they are saying. Oh my God. When we are designing audit procedure to address inherent or what can go wrong, we consider nature of risk of MMS in order to determine whether if a substantive analytical procedure can be used to obtain audit evidence. When inherent risk is higher, we may design desktop details to address inherent risk. Yes, when the risk is higher, we go in-depth audit.
Yes, sir.
When significant risks are identified, audit evidence obtained solely from audit analysis. Only analytical, that time is irrelevant. If risk is very high, analytical I will perform. Actually, substantive procedure I need to perform. Can I say substantive procedure, substantive analytical, are they substitutes?
No.
Substantive means actual data you are verifying. Substantive analytical, you are not looking at data, you are logically thinking. Logical thinking may not be sufficient all the time.
Yes.
So that statement they are giving. But actually, no, this is not the correct way of questioning. Next. If an entity has a known number of employees at fixed rates of pay throughout the period, means there are 100 employees, all of them salary is simple, same only. Fixed rate only. We are paying only at fixed rate. There would be more need to perform test of details. Oh my God, they're asking on analytical procedure, you know.
Yes, sir.
They're asking, see, when I'm having 100 employees, all of them are having fixed pay. Based on 1 month salary, I can calculate 12 months data, no?
Yes, sir.
Do I need to check each and every month specifically?
No.
There would be no need to perform test of details. Based on 1 month salary, auditor can predict what is there in the 12 months.
Yes, sir.
Incorrect. What are they saying? Incorrect. So the statement is incorrect. He need not do in-depth data. It may be possible for the auditor to use this data to estimate the total payroll cost for the period with a high degree of accuracy, because the fee is limited. I mentioned it 12 months, all that. They did not mention 12 months, they said period.
Yes, sir.
So the reason is same. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Fifth question. The term relative as defined under Companies Act means anyone who is closely related to another. False, no? Relative
No,
under Companies Act is 2 subsection 77. Disqualifications. It will be there near disqualifications provision.
Yes, sir.
Mother, father, spouse, brother, sister, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, son-in-law. That's it. In
Yes.
all the cases, step relations are also covered.
Yes,
So,
sir.
second statement is false. According to 140 subsection 1, removal of auditor before expiry of term. The auditor appointed under 139 may be removed from his office before expiry of his term only by passing. No, false. Central government approval is required. Special resolution shall be passed.
Yes, sir.
So the statement is false. 6th one. 7th one. In considering qualitative aspects of entities accounting practices, the auditor may not become aware of possible. But this is also wrong question. This is also wrong question. See, when I'm looking at accounting practices, no, when I'm looking at the entity, client is there, I'm just looking at the client accounting practices. The auditor may not become aware of possible management bias. Management is actually doing something fraud. They are using some accounting estimates, everything in a biased manner. I may not become aware of, correct on, you know, I may not become aware.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I may become aware of, I may not become aware of.
May not.
You
Yes.
know, this sentence is asked in this way. Why? You know, I'll show you. I'll show you right now in our material the proof. I'll show you how stupid this fellow. I'll right now prove how stupid this question is. Audit reporting 1. In this, no, I have not discussed about qualitative aspects of entity accounting practices. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, while evaluating accounting system, the auditor may find existence of management bias and lack of neutrality. What is that? The auditor may find
Existence of management bias.
Evaluating accounting system, when you're checking accounting system, you may find some loophole. Sir.
Yes.
That
May
is
or may
what
not.
the standard says. You may find a loophole, they said. This sentence, no, that idiot, what he did, you know, he did may not. He just did may not and asking, is it true or false? And that fellow going to say this sentence as true and the given state question is wrong. Such an idiot, no? Is this a way to ask?
No.
See, I'll show you now. I'll show you now what is there in that. Auditor may not become aware of, they're saying, no? What,
Yes.
become. See, it can be may, it may not. Whatever it is true, you know.
Yes, sir.
So actually what they would have said is false, probably. I understood that intention. 7th question.
Yes.
Yeah, 7th question. Sorry. Yeah, 7th one. Incorrect. What are they
Sir,
saying?
it's not visible.
Oh, sorry. Now you check.
Yes, sir.
7th question incorrect. No, they said that's actually wrong. That question itself is wrong. In considering qualitative aspects of entities accounting practices, the auditor may become aware of. The auditor may find or may become aware of. Both are saying no. May find or may become aware of. Both are saying no.
Yes, sir.
I may find or I may become aware. Both are saying. May become aware of possible bias in management judgment. The auditor may conclude lack of neutrality together with uncorrected misstatement, all that. So you may find management bias or you may find neutrality. Management is not neutral. You may find both. That's what, no, that is also there in the same, I mean, in the book also I said the same, no?
Yes, sir.
While evaluating the qualitative aspects of entities accounting practices, the auditor may become aware of management bias, lack of neutrality. So this sentence, no, that fellow just modified and added not, may not, and then asking is it true or false? I will say it is true. See, if the question is, just a minute, I'll again share it.
Okay, sir.
If the question is auditor shall not become aware of, then I will agree.
Yes, sir.
If the question is shall not become aware of, then I will say the statement is false. Auditor may or auditor may not. How can you say may not become? He just added one word not and asking is it correct or not? Such a stupid question, no? Wrong question. The questioning itself is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Right? Are you able to understand the argument?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You cannot just copy paste and ask, instead of off, I just mention n here. I just take off f and I just mention n and say is it true or false? Can I? No, right?
No.
Idiot questions. See, when I'm checking qualitative aspects of entity accounting practices, I may become aware of or I may not become aware of. Both can happen.
Yes, sir.
If at all you say I should not become aware of it, that would have been a wrong sentence.
Yes, sir.
So don't think what is there in RTP, what is there in MTP is always correct. Okay. Question
Okay, sir.
itself is I proved question paper sometimes wrong. Some 3 or 4 questions. That question itself is wrong. Here in this now, 2-3 questions I showed. That
Yes,
should
sir.
be the right way to test. Fine. One of the key principles. See, why this kind of mistakes happen. The person who designed this question doesn't know at all. First of all, the concept. What he did, instead of saying, sir, modify some sentence and give that. And if at all student would able to guess that sentence, he will find whether it is true or false. This fellow, stupid fellow, did just added one word called not, and then asking your knowledge. See, anybody who ever read this sentence, can I say it is incorrect?
No. It is correct.
When I verify, go down, no, I may not identify mistakes. That's correct. If at all it says I should not identify mistakes, that's wrong.
Yes, sir.
Next, one of the key principles of accrual basis of accounting requires that an asset's cost is proportionately expensed based on the period over which the asset is expected to be used. That is not accounting principle, no? That is periodicity concept, no?
Yes.
Periodicity, no? See, let us see.
Yes.
Ayo, they're saying correct. They're saying correct. Fine. One of the key principles of accrual basis requires that asset cost is to be proportionately expensed based on period over the asset which is expected to be used. Maybe judgmental, no? Sometimes we use accrual, periodicity, matching concept interchangeably.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because of that, they said it is correct. Both depreciation and amortization. This is also like I told, no, same. That sentence they would have broken. That one part of the sentence they kept there. Remaining part of the sentence they copied here. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So that's it. So this is how MCQs true or false twisting will be. So you have to be very careful.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you this entire point, the qualitative aspects of entities accounting practices, many materials, they will ignore it. They don't even cover this. And you see, essay 501, we have an exclusive question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will take break for some time. Some 20 minutes, I'll take break and get back.
Okay, sir.